Hello, everyone. Welcome to Anointed Lady TV, the home of news and politics. If it is your first time in this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you like what we do on this channel, hit on the subscribe button. Also put on the notification bell so you'll be notified by YouTube anytime we drop a new video. And if you are returning subscribers, thank you very much for always coming back to watch our videos. On this platform, we drop videos every day and we react to every video that come our way. And on this very video, I will be watching with you. And after watching, let's go to the comment section and drop our opinion constructively. Like our videos and also share our videos if possible. See you next time in my next video.
The fiscal part of the economy, the policies of the CBN, who would you blame for that?
Well, I blame the physical side. You know, often at time we blame those who are working when we should blame those who are in charge. I had a situation in Nigeria that I say very often. There was an agency in Nigeria that once bought, this was about 20, 30 years ago. I was involved in a probe. They bought a house. This agency bought a property in United Kingdom. 400, that property is supposed to be 400,000 pounds. But this agency paid 2.4 million pounds. Because this is a property I know, and I knew where that environment, that there's no way a property can cost that much. Because, of course, it's not here that people can do anything. If you Google in London and say, property in this area, they showed me. So I decided I must see to the 8th. In the end, it was clear that there was a directive from a big man who told a young person to pay that price and said that that is the price. So the question became, should we sack this person who, also for fear of his job, was doing what the young man said, or do we deal with the big man? Everybody said we deal with you. I said, no, you can't deal with him. He was just merely obeying orders. And in Nigeria, when you don't know where the next thing will come from, you probably do certain things that you ordinarily not do when you know where the next meal will come from. And when I confronted the man, he told me, he said, as I thought this man is giving him this order, his wife was, this happened to him, this happened to him, and if he doesn't obey, they're bundling him back. And then his children will start going to school. So as far as it's concerned, even if he wants 10 times that, he will do it. So I'm not holding fault for doing the wrong thing. But let's go to the source. That's why that is said, if you don't do the wrong thing, those below will not do it.
So, I mean,
and I've done it in another.
So if you win the election, the CBN structure as it is today, would you leave it or would you do something about it?
Don't worry what I'll do. The rest assured that I'll do the right thing.
All right. Quickly, because the manufacturer association is...
I'm not giving a different position to Mr. President in waiting. I'm only adding. You said who would he blame? We should blame the head. We should blame the president. That's what His Excellency Peter Obi has been saying. Hold us responsible for anything that happens. In the first 16 years of this democracy, they had the patience to award contracts, even if they were inflated, and be following up and be collecting. Here come the last 8 years of our democracy. They were so pressed for 12 years while they were looking for power. So pressed that they had no time to wait for the contracts to be awarded, if it is roads or bridges. They just wanted cash the next day. That aggravated the actions in CBN. The very, very wide gap that the doctor, economist spoke about. That also informed quick cash, like when there was COVID palliatives, that cash of billions had to go and be changed, and you know this cash is not being given into, it's directly converted into cash. So there became an era I said an era, I didn't say government too. I'm not criticizing anybody. There came an era in which they became more and more impatient for quick cash. That was responsible largely for the very sharp increase. Well, you know, like I always say, we've been keeping the records. After the first wave of COVID, when government tried to soften the sit at home, go and study how the dollar jumped from 365 to 485. Find out what happened in Zone 4. Find out what happened to the BDCs all around. These things are there for anybody to verify. In summary, we have suffered the consequences of some people's burning desire to get rich quickly, and the easiest way was manipulation of exchange rate, which already Mr. President in waiting has already said they are going to be merged. No brainer. No brainer.
All right.
Why should people go into risks and long-term investments to make a tiny percentage of what families and friends of the powers that be will make between Wednesday and Saturday, when the CBN gives out exchange rate? And these are people who came out to say that everybody who ruled in Nigeria before them was a thief. They came out to be greater.
Good. Dr. Henry, it's good to see you.
Good evening, Your Excellencies. Good evening, Nigerians. Henry Owunon is my name. I speak for the Health Sector Reform Coalition. Your Excellency, two things. One about your past and another in the future. For the future, Nigeria is still hovering around 5.3% annual health budget. 2023, 5.3%. Despite the fact that the Abuja Declaration of 2001 was hosted by Nigeria. How will you improve healthcare financing? Where will you get the money from? Related to that is access to health. Your party sent representatives to our UHC means Universal Health Coverage Day celebration. Two people came to represent you and your party, and they gave us the award about improving access so that Nigerians have health promptly when they need it without incurring financial hardship. Today, insurance coverage since 2005 is still less than 7%. What else are you going to do to improve this coverage? Finally, about something that happened in about 2013. Medical and health workers were on, medical and health workers were on strike for 13 months in Anambra State while you superintended as governor. People are finding it difficult to trust you again. Why? What are you going to do to avoid that situation? And why would you have allowed health workers to go on strike, be on strike for 13 months? Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a very, very good question. I thought you would have said what happened between me and them and how it ended. But let me explain it so that Nigerians will know.
Good.
They were not the only people who went on strike. The teachers in NUT went on strike for a long time too. When we came in, things were not working in the health sector. I didn't have one single school of nursing, school of midwifery, or health technology that was accredited. None of our hospitals, as you know, was accredited. We didn't have one single ambulance. I want you to step on this. So I decided we're going to buy 30 ambulances, one per local government, then the 6 to move around other places. We're going to invest in health. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We invested the money for 2 years. No result. What do you want me to do? So I decided, okay, I'm going to partner. Since I know as a young man, ENU, which is owned by the Church of Nigeria, produced the first midwife in Nigeria. It's on record. So I said, go and call me the bishop. I want to this year give this money to a bishop, since my own didn't work. Let the bishop resuscitate School of Nursing Iyenu, School of Midwifery Iyenu, School of this, and Iyenu Hospital. I called the Boromir Hospital, owned by Kali Church. I want to give you money to go and see all those schools today. In fact, yesterday we were in Oshobo. A young girl came and said he graduated from Amich School of Nursing. I said, you brought the girl. He said, it was me who made it possible because I built that school from scratch with the Church of Nigerian Bishop of Amich. I invested the money through this mine. It didn't work. I invested it. Then they started striking and said, I'm not spending the money. I'm using government money. I'm not going to the financial guideline. I said, which guideline? I put my money in the guideline he missed. So I put it to where they threw out the other way and it worked. So how can we? Today, we settled. I paid them for now. But to even tell you what happened, who is my commissioner for health, Ikako? It was one of the striking doctors. He said, no, he cannot strike, that I'm right. I went to hospital where he was working. I said, this is you refuse to go and strike, your commissioner. That's how he became commissioner. He said he wouldn't be. But he ran away. I said, okay, you're commissioner. You who is striking. That is how we're going to get people. I did not. Me and them settled. I don't want to tell you what happened. How are we going to deal with the future? We have a country called Indonesia. There are 265 million people. They are providing health through insurance, where poor people are paying little or nothing. The rich people are paying more. That is happening in India, where they have 1.4 billion people, the same insurance. We will do it here. We must provide. The budget today for health and education is low. Forget this year's budget that was 1.5 trillion. The 6-year budget for health, and between 2015 2021, is not up to 2.5 trillion. That is unacceptable for a country of 200 million people. Just like what we did in education. This is unacceptable. We're going to ensure that insurance work, and I'm going to supervise health, education, and pulling people out of poverty. We'll take top priority. We're going to do it rightly, but we're going to do it where it works. Just like I told you in health, it happened to us in education. First year, we were number 26 in WAEC and NECO. Second year, we were number 27 in WAEC and NECO. And you want me to contribute money? I put the same money through the same channel. In 4 years, we became number 1. That's going to work. If we come into office here, we will try to do things in a way that Nigerians will see that their money is transparently applied and they will see the result. I will make sure that I, as number 1 person, he has a big hospital in his university. We have university hospitals. I went to a university in Ekiti, Afebara University. If you see the hospital there, if he means putting money in private ones, I'll put money there. But all of us must be treated here.
We're due for a break. And that you might find it difficult to get things done with that kind of character. How would you respond to that kind of statement?
Well, very simple is that as governor of Anambra State, between the year 2000 and year 2015, the only measure of development that is known globally is Millennium Development Goals. This is the standard benchmark. If you check, when I became governor in 2006, we started implementing it in 2008. So we are late by 7 years. By the time Nigeria stopped in 2015, Anambra was number 1. And that includes I was number 1 in education. This is by UNDP, not by Nigeria. By UNDP, I was number 1 in education. By Nigeria and WAEC, I was number 1. I won Bill Gates Prize in health. This is again not Nigeria that marked it. So I can go on. I had the best road network. In terms of fighting poverty, go and check. Ask Evelyn Oputu. I was the first governor to go to Bank of Industry and say, I want us to do something. I want to put in money here and you support my micro, small businesses, which is what the governors are seeing today. I and Evelyn Oputu started that. Then, go and ask Magnus Sparko, who was in charge of poverty alleviation. I was number 1. I'm calling names of people. I can go on and on. But let me tell you about that issue. It's good that when my opponents talk, let us talk about corruption. One of the things that is killing this country today is corruption perception index. And that is measured on how you manage public assets, nepotism, how you share the land, how you manage your money and everything. And I've challenged everyone and just said, go and see whether there's anywhere a kobo of Anambra State money is missing. Saving have now become an issue when people have stolen all the money and impoverished the country, and you are now questioning a man who's left the money without anybody telling me to leave it and go.
Mr. Obi, we'll take that as your closing moment because we're totally out of time. But on behalf of China Salvation Partners, the Situation Room, these are charter of demands, one for you and one for Dr. Baba Hackman. These are key areas in which the civil society organization want your team to look at and tackle. But I must sincerely thank you on behalf of all our partners.
I want more to leave on a comment for the comment section there. More to tell me how una see the matter, whether it good or it bad. If it good, make una let me know. If it still bad, make una still let me know. Because I need to bring and come give una will be my people where they here. Make una follow me shook mat put whether it dey good or it dey bad. So if it dey right, una still leave una comment below. If it dey bad, una still leave una comment below. Una remember say everybody gets freedom of speech.